Like, I was doing a live before and I don't know what happened, and then I had to start over a new one. But if you were here and you were watching, welcome back. I may have to delete that live because I don't know what was going on. I was saying that I hope everyone is doing okay, and if you're not doing okay, you're trying to do okay. Um, we are having some like people bouncing back from what was going on a couple of years ago when we had the pandemic and all, and people are still, before that people were really going through a crisis. I was reading an article and it was telling how many persons, like, I don't remember one in, you could tell me, like, who knows, like one in every, I think it was 8 or something, that people that suffer from mental health. I am always talking about that. And I am saying that you are definitely not alone. Other people are going through a problem like you. Not to say that you can do it alone, but try and have a support system. Have at least one friend. Some person say they don't want a friend because they tell friend their business and then talk it back, and the whole haddock story. I know not everybody's good with people. Even if one person in your family, if you go to church, like, even if people are gonna talk back, at least you get it off your chest and you feel better about yourself, and you don't all these things bungle up. Hello, thanks for joining. Please like the live, and you can share it with your friends. Just join in and you can correspond with me on this topic. Like, it is really difficult to do things by yourself. And I'm saying no one is an island, no one stands alone. We should be our brother's keeper. Like, you need somebody, definitely. Like, I know some of us trying to be like, I'm so independent, and you know, I'm not gonna bash you for trying to be independent, because that's an awesome thing to do, not to be always dependent on people. But for some things, you need somebody. It's not everything you can just do by yourself. We're not superwoman and we're not superman. Like, some things we're gonna need help with. And stop being like we can do everything. No, and everything we need somebody. We need somebody there to assist. I'm not saying that somebody gonna monitor help you, because we can, call the shots by ourselves, pay our bills by ourselves, go on vacation, look after our kids and all that. I'm not talking about it. I'm talking about, like, you need a support system. If you have a partner, the partner should be there supporting you. I know not all partners support us the way that we want, and then for those who get the support, bravo. And we should also reciprocate it. We should not be the only one taking from a relationship. We should be also giving. And when I said relationship, I don't mean only your marital relationship. I'm talking about a friend. That's a relationship. You have a friend, a family member that you have a relationship with, your kids, like church members. Like, relationship goes both ways. You cannot be taken from somebody all the time. You need to give back, because when you take and the person's helping you, you taking, you end up draining the other person, and the other person don't get a chance to talk about their problem, because every time you come, you are always going to come with your problem. So mind you, the other person not a problem too. It's like you're just taking from the person, taking, and you are not there to allow the person to give out, like empty their basket, empty their vessel. Like, them a problem too. Like, stop behaving like it's only you alone have all the problem in the world. I'm not gonna say some people may have problems more than some, but right now I think everybody have problem. If somebody say they don't have problem, they are the problem. Try not to have problem. Mark you. Because, like, I don't say it has to be a big problem, but something you must have a look at something you can talk to somebody about, and you call the person, and then you're gonna try to tell the person why you having this problem, and the person, it's not a problem I have. You call them to tell them about your problem you're having, and they take over the whole story and make it becomes about them. So everything is just about them. They don't give you any chance to talk. It's just like, it's a monologue. So it's not a dialogue. It's not two of you talking. It's just directly a monologue. They just talk, 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 talk. And then sometimes when they say, yeah, honest, that's true, whatever, you are so drained by them just talking, you don't have anything to say. There's no rebuttal, and you just feel exhausted. And each time that person calls to talk, you're not interested anymore, because that relationship is just a one way. It wasn't a two-way. So yes, we need a support, but don't take advantage of that support mechanism that you're trying to have to create with you and another person. You on the other hand should try and listen to the other person, see what they have a problem with, because you need somebody to talk to and the person needs somebody to talk to. We can have like one side always talking, talking, talking. On the other side is just always on the receiving end. So even though we need someone to talk to, sometimes you can call and say, well, I'm just calling to check in. I hope you're all right. Just touching base to see that you're all right. And then after the person say, yeah, yeah, whatever, whatever, if you had a problem or whatever, you can talk about it after. But just ask them how they're feeling. Like, don't just call and just start me say, I had the roughest day ever, blah, 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 blah. And then that person had a worse day than you had. But because of you just start talking about your misfortune or whatever happened, they just like, and then it make the problem worse than what they had before, because they call to talk to you, and then you start talking, and then everything just pile up, and it's just become more overwhelming for the person. So just that's my 2 cents I had to come and just talk about, saying that try to keep your mental health in check. And if you have a problem, try to reach out to somebody, write about it, but make somebody know that I've been having this problem, and then maybe if the person can't help, they will refer you to somebody else. But seek a support, seek somebody to help. You cannot manage it by yourself, even though you think you may, but always go like that. You just have a lot going on, and you just sometimes just, and we don't want it to reach like too far, like you can't catch back yourself, like you are so, because depression and all don't just happen overnight. You must have a tendency, you had issues before, and it's like you had events leading up to it. So nothing happened just bam bam bam. It's not an accident happens same time, but most thing is like it has stages. You saw it coming, you ignore the signs, or you may see it happen to somebody and you ignore the signs until, like you say, if you had known, you didn't take it that serious. And it's a lot of if you, why not, blah blah blah. And then it's like, and it erupts like a volcano. Even the volcano don't just erupt. I was on vacation, and I went to a volcanic site. Yeah, we walked up some hill, guys. I was so tired. I have to go put the video somewhere another day. I don't know what I get myself into, but my son always said, and I say, why you always doing these activities? You always want to say you want to act, and you can't manage it. I thought I could, but when I look up and I said, oh my gosh, is that it where to go up? That wasn't the case alone. When I was up there, I thought, when I reached the top, I was so happy, because I thought that I wasn't gonna go up there. I didn't know I was gonna make it to the top, because it seems like, and then I came and he assisted me. Kudos to Nai, thank you, thank you. And my other girlfriend was like, yeah, yeah, come on, come on. But Nai was like, he's not left his mommy, and he did, and I hold him. And I just thank God that he has grown up to be such a nice young man, and I just pray God to cover him and just keep him in the right path. And you know, we need to pray for our kids. We need to pray for our kids, because the devil is a liar, and society sometimes is not built for our kids. So we just have to just pray and ask God intervention in our kids' life, you know, and our life as well. So back to the story, and I went there and I was like, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna prove them wrong, because everybody said I'm not gonna finish it. Not everybody, like, you know, but I just thought that I wasn't gonna finish it, and I pushed and I pushed and I said, I have to be determined, I'm gonna do this, I got this, I've got this. And I reached to the top, and I felt like I achieved something. I felt good, I felt great. And why I reached this story, why you may be saying, oh, I reached from depression and mental health to a volcanic hike. Then on our way there were some instruments. I knew the name, I forgot the name right now, where it shows, like, the tour guide was saying that a volcano doesn't erupt at once. It gives you hints, and they have these instrument that they have there, and they say that before the volcano erupts, it gives them like 2 weeks of warnings, and then it will, like, these instruments will send off alerts to their scientific department, geologists and all that, and then they will know when to evacuate the area. I went to Greece, and this was in Santorini. And Santorini, I did not know that Greece had 227 islands. Yes, so we went to Santorini and went to Naxos, but in Santorini, that's where we went on the hike. And he said that they're gonna get because it's an island, so it's surrounded by water, 2 weeks for them to evacuate that island. So I am just saying that you having a problem, it doesn't happen like right there and then. It takes time, like how it takes 2 weeks for them, like give them a warning and say it gives you 2 weeks for you to leave the island, and it's going to explode, and it's going to be eruption, and you know, at lava, and people gonna be covered or injured, or worst case scenario die. So this is what I'm saying. It, it being mentally, having mental problem is gonna be there, starting until it's fessed up, then it's at a time to erupt, explode. So that's how I came in to telling you about my hike a couple weeks ago, where I was in Greece. And another thing, when you are going through this hiking, um see, again, it was hard for me. See how it really match up. It was hard for me to go through this thing by myself, and I was like, it's hard, I'm gonna give up. Even though you are there trying as an individual, I am so, like, I always try to do things. I am trying to be a conqueror. I try not to give up on things. I don't remember giving up on anything. I always, like, I work hard on anything that I'm doing. So I got help. You see, Nai was there, and he realized that I couldn't do this thing by myself. And he stopped and he assisted me. So you see that I'm saying, you have the problem. You're trying, and you realize that it's not working out. He see that I couldn't manage it myself, or I see that I couldn't manage myself, and I called to him. And I said, I don't remember if he saw or I saw, but wherever story be, if I saw that I couldn't manage, and I called to my son, or I called to my friend, and I said, I cannot manage this. Can you help me? And the person will stop, and they will help. And then I reach to the top. So this is what I'm talking about. You know you can't manage. don't just don't give up, don't just sit too, because some people help those who help themselves, as they said. God help those who help themselves. So if I had stayed from the first part and realized that I not doing this, I can't do it, and I stay at back or whatever, nobody would maybe help me. But when you try and realize it's not working out, then you ask for help, then people will see that, oh, that this person need help because they were trying by themselves, or they always trying and they need help. So don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to ask. There's must be somebody going to help. Everybody can be bad. Like, you're gonna say, oh, this person gonna do this and this person gonna tell them from blah blah. Everybody not gonna be a bad person. Everybody not. So there's somebody out there that's gonna help you to continue your journey. Don't give up, don't give in, don't throw in the towel and say, this road, this journey of life is hard. Life is hard. It's made to be. Nothing in life is easy. If it was easy, a lot of person would be just complacent and they don't care for anything because it's just easy. But when life chose you lemon, you make lemonade. And that's what basically I'm saying. Life is not always easy for me, but I don't wallow or try to have self-pity. I remember the other day, two persons said it to me in one day, and they were like, do you have a bad day? You always looking so bubbly and nice and exciting and full of joy and whatever. And I was like, yeah, I do have bad days. I do. I can be withdrawn at times. And they were like, no, dear, you could never do it. You always like, you know, and I do show that out, and people will think that is always joy, 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 joy. And no, it's not always joy. I do have times when I withdraw myself from a situation and I do not talk. Oh, you always bubbly, you talk, 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 talk. There are times when I remain silent about a situation. There's a time and a place for everything, so I know when to do it. And if I get overwhelmed and I do not feel like talking, I will just go to my room. I will go to a safe place, and I will just, like, if something happened and I think that it could have happened another way if I was in the wrong, or if I didn't get to say what I should say, or these are the things. You're tired from work, you're tired from your relationship, you feel overwhelmed, like little things that happen to you. I will just, like, go at a safe place and I think about it, and I've said, what could have I done that I didn't do? Was I wrong? And you try to, like, have a conversation with yourself, like trying to figure out what I could have done. Was the person the wrong, whatever? And then you go and correct it. If you have to apologize, or you have to go out to the person and say, you did this and I expect this. But don't just, because so these things can mess with you too. Yeah, these things can mess with you if you don't, because you have some person, if they don't revisit the situation that happened, they keep on linger. I don't want anything keep on linger. So whenever something happen, I have to visit it. I have to revisit it. We have to talk about it. The person don't want to talk about it, that's it. But I have to let you know how I feel, because I cannot have this thing carrying on like a old sore. Like, no, I don't have time for that. I have things to do. As I always say, I have things to do, people to meet, and money to make. So why should I be there wallowing myself in self-pity or calling over spilled milk? Yeah, so your mental health come first. Talk to somebody about it. Get a support system. You're not the only one. people are going through a situation, and if you're in a situation and you're talking to somebody, let them talk about their situation as well. Don't only be the giver, just talking. Be the receiver also in your relationship, whether you're married, with your kids, with your friends, with your other family member, or at work. This is your girl, Nat Sunshine Spencer. Sorry, talk to somebody about your problem. Don't wallow in it. Bye now. Take care. Remember, this is your girl, Nat Sunshine Spencer. Remember, we never rise and boo us out and bad. Bye, y'all.